What's up, you guys? We're back with another client tutorial, and today we'll be doing a dramatic cut crease with a liner with glitter, and it's just going to be a bold, pretty look. I will be prepping her face and wiping her face down with Eczema wipes. These are my favorite. This is just to cleanse the face and also to avoid any breakouts. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade 405 Toffee Caramel. And I'm also grabbing that dual lash glue just to lay down her eyebrow hairs and the e.l.f. spoolie. As you guys know from my previous YouTube videos and my tutorials, I always go in with the dark brown hair store pencil. And when you are shading in the brows, just make sure you go very light and to just avoid getting a harsh look. So your main focus is to make it look natural as possible. Now I'll be shaping her brows with a Wet n Wild brush. It's a flat brush that I made. I can show you guys a separate video coming up this week of how I make my brush as flat as possible for concealing, for applying the concealer. Always use a flat brush. It's way easier to apply and to shape faster. I'm breaking down that concealer to her lid just as a base, and I will blend that in. Now I'll be setting her lids just to avoid any creasing for the shadow, and I will be patting that translucent powder in the brand of Aspirin on her lids with a synthetic fluffy brush. Time for her eyes, and I'll be grabbing the Kylie Jenner palette to go in with a brownish reddish tone just to put in her crease, and I'll be just blending that in her crease. This is a perfect transition color. You guys can go for browns, you guys can go for the reddish browns. Brown is just a good transition shade. And then right after that, I will go in with a darker brown just to make the crease a little more depth. I'll be going back and forth with the brown shadow that I first started with just to make it look more blended and smoother. Now I will cut the crease with Ivory in the shade 330 from L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer. And I will grab my Wet n Wild brush that I used to conceal her brows. And I will just start cutting her crease. With cutting the crease, you have to make it easier for you by the brush. The brush is a big factor for cutting the crease. You have to have the most flattest brush just so you can get that nice, sharp, clean cut crease. One tip on the cut crease, you can cut your crease by forming a rainbow with the concealer and then filling it in. And then after, just making sure that the lines are very precise and the cut crease is very clean. I see a lot of beginners looking at how other people do their cut creases so big. Try not to go above her crease. That's the worst ever. When it comes to the crease, I can feel the crease and I'll just stay in that area. I would not go too up for the crease. You do not want a big crease. It will look like a drag look. But now I will go in with the Jeffree Star palette and I will go in with a gray shimmer. Before I went in with the gray shimmer, you have to make sure that you pat that concealer until it's matte, until it's fully dry, just so the shadows can pop more on the lid. And I'm going in with the silver shadow only because my glitter will be silver. So any color that complements the glitter, you have to go for. For example, if you want to go for a pink cut crease, your shadow will have to be pink because the shadow will pop through the glitter. Now I'll be going in with the dual lash glue just to get prepared for the glitter, and I will wait until it's tacky. Then I will apply the first glitter. The glitter I'm going in with in the beginning of her cut crease is the shade Jawbreaker from Morphe. It's a pressed powder, and I love it. I love their pressed powders. You can get it from Morphe. And I'll be going in with a chunky glitter from Amazon that I purchased, and it comes in different amount of shades and so pretty. So this chunky glitter I will be patting in on her lid, and as you guys can see, I tried to avoid bringing it too down to her lash line, and that's only because that's the space for her eyeliner. I'll be adding another pressed glitter. This is a perfect combination with the different various amounts of glitters and shades of silver. And I will just be going in with the NYX glitter. This is a pressed glitter. You can get it from Ultra. You can get it from a hair store. It's very affordable. For the clean space that I saved near her eyelash line, I will go in and start my eyeliner with the e.l.f. liner. To make your eyeliner more clean, you can grab your angle brush and you can just shape it with concealer. Before you start the foundation, you have to make sure that her base is clean. So you will go in with some makeup wipes and I will grab the spoolie just to get that excess glitter off her face. I will moisturize her face with Pond's moisturizer. Now I'm going with my favorite foundation in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel from Maybelline 24 Hour Wear. So before I pat in that foundation, I make sure that I let her foundation dry down a little bit just to have more of a full coverage to the face. And I'm going in with the Real Technique brush. Now I will grab the concealer from Sharp Tape in the shade Mid Tan Golden, and I will apply that concealer under her eye, on the bridge of her nose, her forehead, and her chin. Remember that the concealer has to be 1 shade or 2 shades lighter than the original skin tone, just to highlight the face. To contour her face, I'll be going in with a darker shade 420 Cocoa from Infallible Wear Concealer, and I'll be putting that on her cheekbone and on the bridges of her nose. And I grab my Real Technique Beauty Blender just to pat in that concealer. To blend out the contour, I grab my e.l.f. brush. To blend out her nose contour, I will grab a Morphe Fluffy small brush and I will bring that contour up all the way to her eyebrows just to make a more structured look to her nose. And don't worry about how harsh it's looking because you will blend it out throughout the process. To brighten up her under eye, I will go with my second concealer in the shade 2.8 Light from the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Make sure you blend everything out before getting ready for your setting powder. For the setting powder, I will go in with the Laura Mercier, and I will put that powder on wherever I put her concealer. So I will put it on her chin, under her eyes, her nose, her forehead, and to shape her nose contour, I will put it on the sides of her nose. This process, you will pat in the powder. Bring more warmth in her face with some powder contour. I will go with the NW45 Studio Fix by MAC, and I will put that on her cheeks, the bridge of her nose, a little bit on her forehead, and also be very careful and stay in place with the contour. Now I will go in with my Juvia's Place blush palette, and I will just put a little bit warm tones for her cheeks. I will grab the bottom of that Real Technique Beauty Blender, and I will shape out her cheekbones with some finishing powder and also to set the remaining of her face. Now I will be grabbing that black liner to go under her eye, and after that I will grab the transition shade I used of the dark brown just to smoke out her bottom lash line. In her tear duct, I grabbed a white shimmer just to make her eyes pop a little bit more. And now I'll get prepared for the lips. Now I'll go in with the shade of Trendsetter from Morphe lip liner, and this is a perfect brown lip liner. And I applied some concealer, the Infallible Wear concealer, for her lips as a base. And then after I applied some NYX Nude Pink, just to bring a more pink nudish tone to her lips. And right after, I topped it with some regular hair store gloss. Now I will go with the Real Technique setting brush, and I will pat away all that powder. And right after, I will go with the NC50 Studio Fix by MAC, and it's the exact shade of her skin tone just to set the remaining of her face. Now that we're all set after all those powders, it's time to go in with some finishing spray from e.l.f. mascara and bringing out her lashes, I will go in with the highlight. And I will put the highlight on her forehead, the bridge of her nose, her cheeks, and also her eyebrow bone. That's it, you guys. This is the Glitter Glam. This is so dramatic and pretty. This is one of my loyal clients. Every time she comes, she gets a different look. You guys can see various amount of videos I did with her on my YouTube page. I want you guys to like this video. Give me a big thumbs up. Also subscribe, comment. Let me know how you feeling about this video. Go follow me on Instagram at Lashay's Glams. If you see a post or a look that I did and want me to do a YouTube video for it, I will do it for you guys. Continue to support. Thank you guys so much. And I can't wait for the next videos. I did this glam on New Year's. Thank you guys so much. And Happy New Year's. I'm so grateful to bring you guys with me in 2021. Let's go.